Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since I've uploaded a Dollhouse update, so it's definitely due. I have been doing a few different things lately and a lot of small little things and a few DIYs, so I thought I would compile together a video on all the little changes that we've been doing recently on the house. So if you're looking forward to that, let's get going and I'll show you what I've been up to. So guys, let me run through what is happening in this house. This is how it started off, the last stage. So we're planning to do some wallpaper in here and finish the flooring. So the wallpaper I have chosen for this room is, I'm not entirely sure of the name of it, but it is in my William Morris pack, along with these tiles and a few other printables that you may see in this. So I was just lining these up to see what looks good. It's kind of a very light pale green with a very, very small floral print on it. So it's quite subtle enough to not overpower the room. And I'm also going to change the tiles up underneath. I think we already have a grey tile that I kind of hand did, but I think the red just pops a little bit more against everything. So we're going to be changing that out as well. So this is a super easy update, just print and stick. The next thing we're going to be trying to do is matching the upstairs floor to the bottom floor, which means we're going to be varnishing that, and also planning to make the ceiling here, which is this weird plastic molded thing, it looks horrible, into a more realistic cottage ceiling with beams. That's my plan, to kind of match the roof up in the top one to the bottom, and this will also act as a way to hide some wires when I start to do that as well. So that's the plan so far. So the last time I did the floor I used a wood varnish specifically for wood in like a mahogany colour, but I ran out of that since, so I'm going to just use acrylic, which you can also use. I mixed up this brown and then eventually colour matched it to the deep brown, but as you can see the finish is a lot more matte and not sealed glossy, so we're going to be putting a gloss varnish over that just to mimic the look of it, and it will also deepen the colour as well. I'll show you the varnish of that later. So onto the ceiling. I chose some really thick compressed card that you get in envelope packages and cut it to the template of the roof, which let me tell you took a while, and we're going to basically slide that in and it will hide everything, and we're going to paint it white and attach the beams. So I'm hoping this will work. Fingers crossed. So just a couple of coats of white acrylic, and we'll get some popsicle sticks and stick them on top. Once it's all painted white and nice and dry, I'm starting to make the beams. Now, because the beams I kind of wanted them a bit thicker, I have doubled them up, so I've got a stack of 2 on top of each other and 2 together. And this little hack I found out, if you want to paint things without them moving about and getting your fingers all messy, you can just put some tape along a flat surface and just stick them to them and they don't budge, which is a super handy little trick. So I just painted these brown and just really dark brown, and yeah, they kind of look a little bit like chocolate Kit Kats, which is not the intention, but once they're up in the ceiling, the shadow, you won't really see the lines inside. So I just stuck them on in even shapes, cut them to size, and now I have my beamed ceiling. So after the varnish on the floors and the sideboards and all those little extra wooden pieces, this is how it's looking. It's really matched the top half, and I'm really surprised that it did. but that's looking really cool now, and it's all matching up lovely. That's the varnish that I used as well, if you're interested. This is the tile flooring now. I also added this little strip of cardboard, which I'm going to be colouring the same colour, just to hide the raw edge. This is the paper close-up, but I will show you more detailed thing at the end, so you can have a look at that properly. So this is how the room's looking so far, not too bad and a lot more clean looking. The ceiling is now looking like this, and I can take this out any time and will be useful for when I start doing the lighting and need somewhere to hide some of the wires. So pretty happy how this is going so far, and it's definitely looking a lot more realistic and cute. So onto soft furnishings. In this video I want to try and at least do some blinds and possibly a sofa. So we're checking through some of the fabrics here that I have. Wanted to go for something a little neutral, possibly floral, like a kind of country house sofa I think would be really cool. So yeah, also considering maybe making a little mini leather armchair or like a tub chair or something for in here. I think that would be really cute. Oh yeah, I also added some finishes along the side and a little bit of sideboard as well. I'm also thinking about doing the blinds, as I've said. I'm not sure whether to do curtains or blinds in here, so let me know what you think in the comments. And should I add like a windowsill onto these windows? I don't know. Let me know what you think. So I've now chosen the fabric that's going to be my sofa, which is a plain one. I know it's a little bit boring, but I thought I would go a little bit safe, and I can use my crochet blanket to smarten it up a bit. So onto sofa making. This isn't going to be a tutorial, this is just me going through it. I might make another one now I've learned a little bit better how to make them. So the first thing I did was kind of map out the structure of it and how I'm going to make it essentially. I cut out a piece of paper, so I have a template to work from. That's what I use most of the time when I try to make any pieces, just so I know that they will fit in the house and I can kind of visualize them a bit better in a 3D space. So this is my bad drawing of kind of what I'm going to be trying to do, some cushions, back pieces, things like that. So we're going to start off with the arms. These are going to be the two back pieces that will create the armrests. And I'm going to just cover these in fabric separately. Just cut out the shape and trim all around just to make sure that you can get a nice even fold on there so it looks nice and neat. I'm just going to be using PVA for this because the fabric is quite thin, and with a bit of pressing it seems to hold just as well. It's less messy than hot glue, so sometimes I like to use PVA just for these little jobs. So those are covered. Unfortunately, like the colour of this fabric is kind of the same colour as the cardboard, so it doesn't look as good in this video, but you get the idea. So I also started to make these side pieces that are going to go around the base of the sofa, and I'm going to attach the pieces here to them. I also have to make the armrest like longer, so I decided to get some more fabric, glue these to the edges, fill it with a little bit of stuffing, and then secure the other edge on. I hope this makes sense. So yeah, this is not the neatest job by any way. No way this is neat at all, but you know, it's my first time making a sofa from scratch. So yeah, this is just the next stage. So I also cut out the square to make sure it fits. I stuck the armrests on, created this kind of lip around the bottom and upholstered that in the fabric. So that's going to go wrap around the whole thing to kind of create that depth of the sofa on the bottom. As you can see, I have a few ugly joins on here, so next time I do this I'll probably just make one big long piece and just have one join at the back. And for the backrest, yeah, just cut out a kind of rounded piece, and I'm gonna upholster it like you would a regular sofa. So I found this like kind of sponge, like packing foam sponge. I'm just going to use that and put on some wadding kind of material over the top to smooth it out. Hot glued it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're actually interested in upholstery in full-size form and not miniature, I actually have a video on my channel where I did a chair, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but not necessarily too much in miniatures. It's a little messy. So I just kind of stuck all that together and then wrapped it up with some fabric. Unfortunately, the backing on this is a little bit squiffy, but because I'm going to cover it up with a blanket and it'll be backed up against the wall, no one's going to see, so just ignore that. So I'm just going to place that on the back, hot glue all this together, and we'll see what we do with the cushions. So again, the same thing, I just cut out a template, adjusted it, translated that to foam, and did the same process with the sponge and the wadding and the fabric. This was kind of fun to do. I would have loved to work from, I like to work from pictures when I'm making things. So if you have any, you know, ideas or bits of furniture that you would like to see me create from scratch to see how it's done, I'd love to do that. Let me know in the comments if you have anything that would be fun to make, or you're looking for a tutorial. I'd love to try and do something like that for you guys. So this is how it's coming along. I just added the fabric on top. It's a shame I didn't use a more funkier fabric, to be honest, because this is quite a boring sofa, but we're gonna jazz it up with some pillows and a blanket maybe in the future with some pillows. I just hot glued these down because the bottoms were just such a mess. I was just like, I don't want anybody picking these up or anything, so they were all stugged? What am I saying? These are all stuck on. So let's just double check that Bob will fit on his sofa with possibly another little buddy. So yeah, I think he fits pretty well. He also has his nudist friend coming to stay, so yeah, they're chilling good on the sofa, and it's working out for them. So yeah, that's how I made my little sofa. This is the crochet blanket I made a while ago now. I have a PDF pattern for this if you'd like to make it. I'll link that below. So I just tucked this in, and there we go, it hides all the mess. Perfect. This whole thing was made from a cornetto box, and I just had that song in my head the whole time making this. Anyway, one thing I don't think I'd done yet is the legs. So I actually save all sorts of random stuff. I saved some chopsticks, so I chopped these up and they made perfect little legs. So that's my sofa finished. Is it the best? No way is it the best, but I think I've learned now enough to make another one in the future, hopefully, and we'll do another proper tutorial on that. But hopefully it helps you out if you're looking to make one somehow. So let's add a few more pieces into the house. Obviously we have our plate rack, which I made, and we're going to be adding that in today. Now we've wallpapered the back, so I'm just going to add in some of the plates. I'll link all of these tutorials down below as well if you want to make some of the plates and the plate rack. The little decor piece I can finally put in the house now, which is the really cute clock, which I love. It's so beautiful, and that's gonna go in the house. It's gonna be so fun styling this finally when everything is done. But yeah, this little piece is just gonna go by the door. And we have the plate rack up on the wall. I just kind of glued these in because I'm not going to be taking them out. I'm not going to really be playing with it per se. So yeah, this is how those pieces are now looking in the house. Bob's chilling out on the sofa that we made. I think I am going to leave the sofa here by the window. I think it works the best in the room, so you can still see everything. So yeah, I'm also thinking of putting a light in here somewhere. I might put it down here in the corner, or maybe by the other window. I'm not sure yet. This is how the little strip turned out, and the tiles looking very snazzy. And obviously I finished the skirting boards, and the flooring looks quite cool. The little stove I think I'm going to put here, actually next to the door. I'm also planning to make a little basket for some wood, maybe a little coal bucket, you know, all the little country type of things. Obviously we still haven't done the blinds, which I forgot to do in this video, but I might do a tutorial on that. The rug's going to stay where it is, and yeah, we might make a table and maybe a chair, possibly some bookcases here. Yeah, there's lots of little things. If you can think of anything, let me know what you'd like to see in the house or what you think would suit in here. I'm also probably going to be putting in some little picture frames here and there. The upstairs is still the same. I don't know about the upstairs. I feel like it's a little bit weird, but yeah, that's the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see all you folks in the next one. Bye!